Hey Ruben, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. So welcome to the new studio.
Thank you. I like it. I like the new setup. I like that you have the fact checking on, and I have the iPad in front of me, and
Nice.
I just like it.
Right on. Well, cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Salud.
Salud.
So on this podcast, it's going to be more of a topic thing that I want to have guests on,
Mm-hmm.
and so we want to talk about things that we both enjoy, that we both like, or we have our opinion on. So one of the things that we would like to talk about is poker. We always playing poker together. You've been doing it for years now. I've been doing it for a long time. So I think people kind of want to get an idea of what poker is.
Mm-hmm.
So you're down to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm down to talk about that.
Right on, man. So how did you get started in poker?
I'm pretty sure I got started in poker because of you.
It's all my fault.
Yeah.
I'm the degenerate uncle that got you hooked into poker.
I remember going to your house and playing with your old boss. We would play, and then sometimes we would play at family parties.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I got started with you because
Yeah.
I don't remember playing anywhere else besides your house
Oh, that's pretty cool.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then obviously I started playing like at casinos and
Yeah.
going and playing at Vegas and stuff. So
Yeah. Well, I started playing when I was younger. Not in the home games that we used to invite you to, but we used to play in Mexico. We used to play with my family. We played poker, but it was a different style.
the Mexican, yeah.
When I started playing No Limit Hold'em, that's what you normally
That's what
play.
we play. Yeah, that's the only thing I play.
Yeah, that was done probably about the same time that you started playing too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we would go to the store and try to find chips. Nobody had chips. Now everybody has chips. You go to the liquor store and they have chips.
Yep.
Or you go to a gas station and they sell the chips, the poker chips,
Yeah, for sure.
So it's very common now.
It
But,
blew up.
Yeah. So what do you like about poker?
It's a challenge, It's like you versus everybody on the table. It's you have to use your brain. You have to have a strategy, your own strategy, and you have to I don't know, just basically win, beat everybody else to the punch. And I just like it's just relaxing and it keeps your mind busy.
Yeah.
I just like it.
It's not like it's a game that you have to have like maybe like 60% skill and like 40% luck.
Yeah, I agree.
And so you could win any hand regarding of what that ratio is.
Yeah.
Or you can lose every hand.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you think you have a really strong hand and then the other person has a little bit stronger, or they
You just get a bad beat.
you get beat on the river, which is the last card. Boom, and it hits them like, oh, you donkey.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the beginner players because they're the ones that tend to hold to the end.
Yeah, though they try to they think they have the winning hand all the time, so they pretty much play every hand, and it's funny because a lot of the new players they have like the beginners luck, and they tend to win most of the time when they play when
That's
they're
true.
learning.
Yeah.
So they get these really hot hands that kind of gets them hooked.
Yeah, I've seen it time and time again at family parties, and one of my tias, she's never played and she wants to play, and then all of a sudden she's like the biggest winner on the table,
Right?
or if it's tournament style, she wins the whole pot.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
So, do you remember any hands that you played, or any strategies that you use in poker that kind of help you with life, or with school, or with work, that you can associate the poker game with something that happens to you?
I wouldn't say I use my strategies in poker that I use in life. I guess being patient is one of my strategies in poker, and I tend to be patient in life too.
Mm-hmm.
My strategy has changed over time.
Yeah.
At first, I thought like, oh, you got to use math, statistics, analytics, all that. But then you realize you need to know how to bluff.
Yeah.
If you can't bluff, you can't really get to that next level.
Yeah. And to people that don't know poker, can you explain what bluff is?
Bluffing is basically you don't have the strongest hand or you don't have a good hand, and you put in chips and you make bets, basically bluffing that you have a really strong hand, and you eventually push that that player or players out of the hand and win the hand. That would be a successful bluff.
So when you notice that one of the players is kind of, maybe you put him on a weak hand
Uh-huh.
and they're still betting, or they check, and you know they didn't hit it on the river, which is the last card, and so you do a bluff,
Yeah,
right?
you
So
bluff
you
them,
say,
yeah.
okay, I'm showing strength, and I know you're weak, so that's when you play the player, right?
Yeah, you got to know how to play the player, yeah. And then you got to know how to play the player depending on how the player sees you. If the player sees you as a tight player and you've been playing tight for the first hour or so, then you're able to bluff and you have the respect already of the table, and you're able to put in more bluffs, and majority of the time they will fold to you.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you use that anywhere else in any part of your life, like the bluff? Where
The bluff.
You go in and then maybe you go into a job interview and you
To be honest, no. I'm too honest.
you're too honest.
Yeah, I can't lie. I'm not good at lying.
Only
So
when
that was a hard part for me in poker, to learn how to bluff, because I'm not good at lying.
okay. So did you learn how to get your poker face on so you can
Yeah.
the people can't read you on the
I
table?
just do this.
Yeah, just poker face.
I just look down.
That's very cool. Yeah, I remember when I played at the World Series. I don't know why, but I started like having this pose when I would make a bet.
Was it when you had a strong hand or every hand?
Every hand.
Every hand.
I would push in my chips and I would just do the same move.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if they read me or not, because there was a lot of professionals there. But I got away with some bluffs at the time, so maybe that's kind of a strategy, hiding your face a little bit so that they don't see no expressions.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the pros also wear glasses,
Right.
which is smart.
Sunglasses, right?
Yeah,
so they
sunglasses,
can't see
my
the
bad,
eyes.
Yeah, sunglasses.
So they can look around, see what the other
And
reactions
you got
are.
the Unabomber with this hood. You can't even see his. He's looking like Kenny from South Park.
Yeah. What's that guy that has the cowboy hat with the hole on it? Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that guy.
Oh, it's so funny. He has I don't know what he's called, but he's one of the older ones. But he has a hat,
Uh-huh.
and then he puts it down when he makes a bet, but it has a hole so he can see everybody else on the lip. I don't know.
That's a
Let me
good
see.
one.
Let me
Look
see
it
if I
up.
can try to find it.
You know who's really good and he doesn't need he doesn't wear nothing? Daniel Negreanu.
Yeah?
He never has anything on. He's just. I know he likes to play the. His style is almost like a chip in a chair. His style, like he likes to chip away at people.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up the guy that has the hole on his hat. Let me see. Maybe I'll see him.
We got Doyle Bronson right there.
Oh, he's the GOAT.
Yep.
He's the GOAT. I don't. Is he still alive or is he dead now? I don't know.
I haven't heard anything, so I think he's still alive.
How old? He's probably over 80 now, right?
I'm sure he is.
Let's see, where is it? No, I don't see it, but it's funny. He has a hat and it has a hole in it.
Is he a younger guy or?
He's kind of middle aged, kind of like my age. I guess he's old now because I'm old. But
And
it's
this
funny.
was how many years ago would he do that?
About 5-6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Back when poker was like mainstream and everybody was talking about it. It's not so popular now. I don't hear people talking about it, but I mean they're still showing it on ESPN, so it's probably something that they still like.
Yeah, it's not as a fad as it was
Right.
5-10 years ago.
Yeah. Okay, so the first fact check is a fail.
I think you should go on the internet. Is this? Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is the internet, but I'm trying to find it, but I can't see it on the images. Oh, there's Chris Ferguson, but it wasn't him. What was his name? I can't remember his name.
But go on the web. You can't go on the web instead of images.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all right. Well, in the meantime, you want me to tell you one of the more unique stories that I had in poker?
Yeah, tell me one of the stories.
I'm going to say that I might be the only person in the history of time to have this happen to me.
Oh, what happened?
So it was back in 2013. I think I had just gotten out of work. It was a Friday. And I get this text from my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, there's a poker tournament at Spearmint Rhinos, the gentleman club.
Wait a minute, Spearmint Rhinos, is that
It's a strip club. I know you're a God-fearing Christian man, so you.
Oh my goodness! I'm wearing my cross. So where was this? Here in Oxnard, or was it somewhere else?
Yeah, it was in Oxnard. It was actually really close to where his parents lived, and he sent me a text, and he said, "Oh, there's a poker tournament at Rhinos." And I just sent him a text back like, "Oh yeah, I didn't believe him. You know, he was like 20, 21, and I just thought he wanted to go to the strip club." So then I get a text like 5 minutes later, and it's a picture of like a poster style picture, and it shows and it says on it 2013 Skin to Win Spearmint Rhinos, and it has a really nice bracelet on it, and it just looked legit, and I was like, what? No way.
Do you remember what the buy-in was?
The buy-in was $40.
That's not bad.
No, it wasn't bad. And at the time, in 2013, I was fairly new to poker, so my strategy was very, like I said, analytical, like statistics. I was trying to figure out. I wasn't really bluffing at all. I was just using statistics, basically. So I ended up telling my cousin, all right, let's go, because it was the next day. It was on a Saturday. So then me and him end up going, and I enter the gentleman's club, and I see, like, you know how gentlemen's clubs are like really dark?
No, I've never been to one. Just kidding.
So it's really dark, and then I see like a light shining down on a table, on a poker table.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh dang, this is legit. So then I go over there, and there's like a dealer, and like there's some guy standing next to him, and he's like, oh, you're here for the tournament? I'm like, yeah, I'm here for the tournament. So I give him my money, I sit down, and then I would want to say like 8 or 9 guys show up.
Yeah.
So it's a full table, but it's not multiple tables. It's just one table. So I start playing, and like it's going good, it's going decent, but the way that they set the rules was it was limit poker. It wasn't no limit.
Oh shit.
So you could only bet a certain amount.
So they did like 1 chip, 2 chips, 4 chips.
Yeah. So you could only bet a certain amount.
Now, those was hard to bluff with those.
Yeah, it is. You could only bet a certain amount each. You know how you get 2 cards, then you're able to make a bet, and then the flop comes 3 cards, and then you make another bet. So each time you were able to bet only a certain amount.
Yeah.
So
I don't like those, but
yeah, I don't like them anymore. But it went perfectly into my strategy, which was statistics. So
yeah, that's a good change, because that one you gotta get bluff out of it.
Yeah.
And just go with statistics.
Yeah, so that was my strategy at the time, so that went perfectly with me. So I started playing. I think the time limit was like 2 hours. And I started playing, and I'm winning hands, and another guy's winning hands, and eventually it's just me and the other guy. And he has a good amount of chips. Let's just say he had like 130 chips, and I had like 90, and there was maybe like 20 minutes left. And I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta take this guy out. Like I gotta start winning hands, you know?
So did you start playing like more aggressive?
A little bit. And also my cousin that was with me, he was sitting kind of close to me, and he like leans over and he's like, you better win this shit. He was like telling me, you better win. I was like, oh, no pressure.
That's funny.
And I just got like 3 hands back to back, great hands. And I basically flipped the table on him, and now I had like 130 chips, and he had 90.
Oh,
there was only like 5 minutes left.
So you went to 60-40, but the opposite way.
Yeah, I flipped it on him.
Yeah.
So then in my head, I was like, okay, I'm just going to play it slow. So every bet I thought about, every hand I thought about for a long time, and eventually the time limit ended, and I beat the guy.
Wow.
And so then I won there. But then there's 10 rhinos, I guess, on the coast or in Southern California.
Yeah.
So each winner from each rhinos was going to play the championship in LA.
Oh wow! So you made it was like a satellite, and then that rhino sent you to that bigger tournament.
Yeah, to the final table basically.
Very cool.
So then that was like maybe it was months later, because they had to get all the winners and stuff. So then I end up I actually wasn't gonna go,
Why?
I don't know. I was at a family party.
Was it far away or what?
Yeah, it was in LA.
Oh shit.
The championship.
Okay.
So I was at a family party, and I remember just being there, and it was fun. It was a little kids party, and a lot of my family's members were there, and I was having a good time. And one of my aunts is like, "Don't you have a tournament today to go to, the final table?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And she's like, "Well, why don't you go?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't really care about it. It's not a big deal."
Wow.
And then she was like, "No, you need to go. You need to go. I know you're gonna win. I know you're gonna win." And I was like, I really don't want to go. And then one of my cousins said, "I'll drive you." And then two other cousins said, "We'll go with you." So then I was like, "All right, let's go." So then we end off driving all the way to LA, and I barely make it on time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the final table. So it's the same atmosphere, it's dark. But this time they have two tables because they had another. It was a different rule set on this one too.
Was it also like a limit?
Yes, it was limit, but they had a stripper sit next to you. Each player had their own stripper, and they were deal hands. They were going to deal hand to the stripper and deal hand to me.
Wow.
To each player. And then the player got to choose which hand to use. So it was even easier for me.
Wow.
Because now I got to choose between my hand or the person next to me, right? The
That is
stripper next to
funny.
me. And,
that is funny.
And so the tournament starts, whatever. There's 10 of us, 5 and 5. There's two tables, 5 and 5, plus each stripper, whatever. And on the first table where I'm sitting at, I'm just making all the right moves the whole time. I just dominate the whole table. I have like 4 times quadruple the chips of anybody. And again, it's on a time limit.
Yeah.
So I eliminate guys, and another guy eliminate some guys, and then we end up moving everybody to the final table. And I think there was maybe like 6 of us in the final table. And I was just stacked by that time. Like I had everybody beat by like 4.
Were you like having like a really hot night where everything was hitting you and you were everything that you did worked out?
Yeah, everything. Every choice I made was
Man,
perfect.
I love those nights. I love those kind of days. You know, where you're playing poker and everything just lines up.
Yeah, it was everything was going perfect, and
it's called running hot.
Yeah, I was running hot. And
cool.
And then when I went to the final table, I knew there was only an hour left, and I had everybody beat by like a mile.
Wow.
So all I had to do was play slow, conservative.
Yeah.
So I started playing conservative, and at the end of the night, nobody even got close to me, and I ended up winning the whole tournament.
So wow, what was like the final price?
The prize?
Don't tell me it was the hooker, because that's not going to be nice.
No. I won a bracelet. I have it right here.
Oh, nice.
You want to see it?
Yeah, bring it. I'm going to check it out. Yeah. I have a beer while you do that.
All right, go for it.
And while you do that, I can show the picture of the guy with a hole in his hat. So fact check work, buddy. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I think I've shown it to you before, but here.
Let me see. Oh, wow. That's really nice.
Keep in mind, the bracelet that they showed.
Here, I'll put it on the camera. Maybe they can see it on the camera.
Yeah.
It's really nice, Ruben.
The bracelet that they showed though in the poster,
Uh-huh.
it was looking like a World Series bracelet. Like it had a bunch of diamonds. Like it looked amazing. And this one, I was like, oh my god,
It's pretty nice.
it's not even close. It's nice, yeah.
It's almost
cool.
it's almost to the point where it's nice, but it's a little bit too loud. So it's kind of difficult to find a situation to wear it where you don't look like you're just blinging out,
Yeah.
But it's pretty nice. Do you ever wear it out somewhere?
No, I never wear it. It's
No?
just more of like a
put it in
memory. Yeah, a memory.
that's
for
pretty
me.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool though. But $40, got you a nice.
Well,
nice
plus I
tournament.
walked away with cash.
How much cash did they give you?
Like 200.
Like 200?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that bracelet was worth $1,000, and I did go check the diamonds and stuff, and they're real.
Cool.
And then they gave me $200, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very nice. It's pretty cool. It's a nice bracelet. What does it say on it? I didn't read it.
It says 2013 Skin to Win, I believe.
Skin to Win 2013. That's pretty cool, man. That's nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was a fun experience. That's what I don't think anybody because they never did the tournament again.
Wow.
It was just like a one and done.
Yeah.
So I feel like who else has won a tournament at a strip joint?
I don't think you're ever gonna see that again.
We might,
not
but
not with poker, because I mean,
yeah,
that was back in the day when 2013. Poker was really popular. You know, a lot of people were playing it, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I still enjoy it. I mean, every time that we get together with family and friends, it's always a good experience. You know,
yeah,
it gives you an excuse to bet a little bit. Put some money on the line. Plus, the best thing is the conversations that you have with people and the camaraderie. That's always the best.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree 100%.
So you want to talk a little bit of strategy on poker, or you want to just move on to the next subject?
We could talk quickly about strategy. I'll give you all my strategy, so that when next time we play, you could take my money.
So what are some of the tells that you see?
Tells.
Yeah, like not with family, because we're all expert poker players.
Tells. I really can't notice tells.
I can.
I still use my strategy of statistics, but then I also use the strategy of like I look to see what kind of player each person is. Like, this person's playing conservative, this person loose, and then I try to gain my respect on the table. Yeah, and then after that, I change.
So you probably have the same strategy I do. I always play really tight at the beginning, and just kind of fold everything. Just kind of look what everybody's playing, and then there's always a gambler in the table that goes all the way to the river every time. So you got to make sure you have a decent hand with that guy, because he's going to chase everything. Yeah. You have the conservative player, which only plays a really strong hand. So when they make a big bet, you kind of have to let it go unless you're really strong. Yeah. And then you have the player that you cannot predict, which is you. I can't predict you sometimes.
Never?
Well, sometimes.
Do I have a tell?
No, not really. You don't have a tell. It's just
I don't look for tells, because half of the time I get it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, this person looks nervous. I think they don't have it. And then I bet. I'm like, oh shit, they had it. Like, I can't tell. Like,
yeah, the funniest ones is when you sit on a table and there's a new player playing, and then the way I psych them out is I tell them, I think you have this, and 90% of the time they do have that. Yeah, because they're amateur, so they don't know. They really get nervous, so they get really quiet, and then you can tell that you're strong. You probably have this, and you look at the board, and you can kind of talk yourself into what they might have. Yeah. And if you guess 4 out of 5, which is easy with a new player, then they get all psyched. Go, oh shoot, he can read my hand. That's not good. Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, new players are. If you're good at poker, a new player, you could easily beat them. Yeah.
What about a strategy for like mathematics? I don't know if you use the same method as I do, but say for instance, I have let's say I have an ace, right? And then the board doesn't have any aces, and the only way I can win is with an ace. So that means there's 3 more aces out in the deck, right? It could be on the other player's hands, or it could be in the deck. Yeah. And I need one of those aces, and I have 1. That means there's 3 aces in the field. Yeah. And so there's 52 cards in the deck. So I just take the 3 7% and double it, and it's 6.5%. 7%, so you can round up to 6%. I just double it just to make it easy. Yeah, and so you gauge it. Okay, I have a 6% chance of winning this hand with what I expect. So that's usually a fold, and especially on a big bet. Yeah, or if you're chasing a flush and you have 2 cards and there's 1 on the board or 2 on the board and you want 1 more, and there's 8 outs, 8 cards that can give you that flush, then you just multiply that by 2, and it's a 16% chance. But then again, if it's right after the flop, you have that. It's a little bit more, because now you have 3 cards that can hit it. So you times it times 3. Yeah. And now, so you have 16 times 3 would be 36, 40, like a 40, 45, 50% chance of winning. Yeah. Right. So it's just the math. Yeah. And if you round things off, it makes it a little bit easier to guess.
Yeah, I always use that. Yeah.
Do you use the same methodology, or how do you make that transition in your brain?
Well, also depends on how many players you have on the table. An ace in your hand is very strong if you have 3-4 players on the table only.
Before the flop?
Before the flop, yeah.
So what do you normally do when you have a strong hand in your hand? Do you...
Before the flop? It all depends, because my strategy, like I said, I use statistics. So especially if you're using one deck. If you're at the casino, that's a totally different story.
Well, we always use one deck. Even the casino uses one deck.
No, they use 2.
No, not where I play.
Oh.
They only use one deck.
And players, they would always use 2. They would have the red deck and the blue deck.
Well, but they only play one deck at a time.
Yes. But I'm saying like, because I use statistics, I say, okay, I would have won 2 hands in this red deck back to back.
Oh,
And if the red deck comes back again, I don't think I'm going to win this hand.
oh, so you use the decks too?
Yes, I use the decks. I keep track of the decks. I
it
use
to-
my chips to keep track of stuff.
You're taking it to another level.
Yes. I use my chips. So that's my strategy. I use my chips to keep track of.
Yeah. I'm a little bit different. I don't keep track of the decks or the games that I've won or not won. I just every hand is a new opportunity, and then I take that math, I erase everything, and I have a clean slate. I don't keep track of how many hands I've won or how many hands I've lost. I just focus on that. But you try to keep track of your night.
Keep track of stuff, with my chips, and because, but you never know. Obviously, it could be your night. You could just the statistics doesn't make sense, and the probabilities are just in your favor every time.
Yeah.
Or to go against you. There's nights where I know you've had them where you play for 2 hours and you can get nothing.
Yeah.
Not one winning hand.
Yeah, or you get really strong hands and nothing hits.
Yeah.
Nothing hits. One of the most memorable.
But that's when you need to know how to bluff.
Right.
That's when, if you have ace king, I would say 7 out of 10 times you should be winning that hand.
Yeah.
You should be raising hard off the pre-flop, and then you maybe nobody calls.
Right.
Or one person calls, and then you have to do a follow-up bet no matter what's on the flop.
So that's why it's 60-40, 60%, but there's still a chance you could lose.
Yeah.
One of the most memorable nights that I have with playing poker, I wasn't even in the table playing.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Vegas with my friend. His name's Dar. You remember Dar, right?
Yeah, your old boss, yeah.
He had a couple of drinks. So he was like, I don't know if he was playing or he was really like falling asleep in the table playing poker. And man, he would stumble to get his cards and look at him, and I was just sitting next to him, just making sure that nobody took advantage of him.
Yeah.
But man, for like an hour and a half, he was taking everybody's chips, and nothing he did, even though he played the wrong way, he would end up winning. So he would.
So he was running hot.
He was running really hot. I'm talking about really hot. And then he got to the point where he was dozing off. And I tell the dealer, hey, we're going to take off. Well, he has to say it because he's the one playing. I go, Dar, we got to get going. And he's like, ugh. He looked at me like this. And then he just looked at the dealer, I guess we have to go. And so he took a bunch of chips.
Classic Dar.
Yeah. So he took a bunch of chips. And that was one of those times that you remember, you know?
Yeah.
Another really good memory that I have is we went to a concert over in up north in not San Francisco, but next to Oakland.
Oakland, okay.
It was Los Bukis. I don't know if you heard of Los Bukis or not.
Los Bukis,
it's a musical band in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a family trip. It was really nice. We went out to dinner and we hung out. It was like a weekend trip. And we went in a van, and so all of us were together. So it was a really, really memorable trip.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the nights we're in the hotel room, all of us together. And then they decided to play poker. So, we didn't have any chips or nothing. So we just grabbed like whatever we had in our pockets.
Rice.
And rice. And I think I had some business cards.
Oh, okay.
So those were like the $5.
Oh, nice. Those are the big money chips.
So we played a tournament. And I have a sister-in-law who has never played poker before. Not like we don't normally get together. It was like her first time playing a tournament with all of us. She was running really hot that night. She beat everybody out. And I'm not talking about somebody else got out. No. She took
was eliminated. She eliminated all the players?
On one hand, she eliminated 2 players. And so...
And I bet she was playing a lot of hands, too.
She was playing
like almost every hand.
Almost, but
they were all winning?
Yeah, it was just everything was falling in place. So anyway, we get to the end, and it's just me and her, heads up, for the tournament, right, to win. And I'm in my head thinking, I know how to play poker. I'll just beat her easy.
Yeah.
So then we have this hand, and I look in my hand.
What do you have?
And I have a 10-3.
10-3.
Right?
Offsuit?
It was just 10-3. I'd have crap.
It
Nothing.
Matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
but
matter,
we're playing heads up, right?
Yeah.
So I bet, and then she called, and the flop came out. Nothing hit me. Nothing hit me. And so I said, I'm going to try to bluff her because I know nothing hit her too.
Yeah.
Right? And so I make a really big bet. Like, I think it was like $15 on like a $5 pot.
Okay.
I wanted to push her out. I wanted to bluff her.
Yeah.
She looks at her hand, and she races me.
She raises
me, dude.
A rookie player raised
A rookie player raised a bluff. right?
That's crazy.
She raised me. And I say, okay, I don't want to play this hand. I fold. And, everybody's looking. They're all like, what does she have?
Yeah.
So I show my hand.
Yeah.
I show my 10-3.
10-3, yeah.
I said, I didn't have crap. I couldn't call you.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, look, I had 10 deuce. You could have beat me. I go, you re-raced me on a bluff? That is crazy. She put me on tilt. 2 hands later, she got me out too.
You went on. You
Yeah.
just rushed the next 2 hands.
Yeah,
and
she. I was like, this is. So that was an awesome
that was
experience
a
too.
nice memory for you.
Yeah, because it was family, and then
the unexpected happened.
The unexpected happened, and everybody's laughing and having a really good time. So
Yeah.
poker's a nice game where people get together and really enjoy the company. So
Yeah, it's
if
not-
people play poker, I mean that's fun. But if you're playing poker with family and friends, enjoy the camaraderie because
Yeah.
that's the best thing out of it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
You don't want to get out of hand and be a gambler and be an addict.
Right.
That's a different story. But
Yeah.
like we just play with the family mainly, and sometimes when we go to Vegas or
Yeah,
if
Vegas
you want to
is
play
fun.
locally, we can play locally.
Yeah, and then with Vegas, it's just an open thing. Just make money. Most of the
Yeah.
time, I do pretty good. You do pretty good in Vegas too.
Yeah, I've never lost in Vegas.
Yeah,
not
so-
with poker.
No, because you get
Actually, I
into-
did. I lost one time.
Yeah, but you make it back.
That was it. Yeah.
In Vegas, usually you're playing with it's usually like a 9-10 players in the table,
Yeah.
and you know that 4 or 5 of them are just there to have fun, so they're gamblers. So you
Yeah, there's
just
a lot of loose players.
so it's fun. You usually come out with some money,
Yeah.
so that's cool. All right, so you want to switch to a next topic?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's talk aliens.
Aliens. Oh, there's a video I saw. I think it was yesterday in Brazil. I guess they say this is the clearest video of a UFO or UAP.
Did you see it on X?
Yeah.
So let me look for it. So explain to me what it is, so I can try to find it.
To be honest, it's not. You can't see any of the background. It just looks like it's in a clouded sky.
It's like a clouded sky.
Yeah, I don't know. You just put Brazil alien. No, put UFO Brazil. My bad.
UFO Brazil.
Yeah.
UFO Brazil. Is that it right
yeah,
there?
That's it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm guessing it happened recently because I've never seen this. I've seen a lot of UFO videos. I've never seen this one.
That is crazy. Look at that thing.
Yeah. I didn't really watch the whole thing, so I don't know if they really zoom out that much. But oh, there you go. They zoomed out. Okay, never mind.
Wow, that is crazy. And it's gone.
No,
oh, there
it's
it
right
is.
there.
It's still floating.
Is it a UFO shaped balloon?
Not if it moves like that. I mean, I don't know if it's the camera movement or if it's the thing.
And it could be a deep fake too,
You think so?
or a cheap fake.
That's a stupid word that they just made up. And then the cheap fake ended up being the truth. Oh, Biden's old. No, he's not. It's a cheap fake. And then they go to the to where he's talking with Trump, and then
No.
it's like, no, it's not a cheap fake. It's the freaking truth. He's freaking old.
It's a real representation of how he is.
That is so freaking hilarious how they use make up words. I don't like the way that they make up words. They just make it so that are they trying to rewire our brains, or what are they trying to do? I mean, it's a new form. It's an old form of propaganda. They used to use it before, where they
We're
just
making up new words all the time
yeah,
that are unnecessary.
that's crazy.
Non-binary.
What the hell does that mean, right? Okay, so look, everybody's like, what the hell? What the hell?
No.
So what do you think? Do you think that's a real alien?
An expert would have to. I've seen like documentaries on the History Channel.
Yeah.
With not really documentaries, but like experts. They go through the video,
Yeah.
and they're like experts in videography, I guess, and they can tell if the video is fake or real.
Do you know
with a high percentage?
Do you know if they've already checked this one out?
Probably not, because I think it's very recent.
Do you know if there's any sound on it?
No, I don't think there's sound.
Let's check it out. Let me rewind.
Oh,
it.
you haven't turned on.
No, just turn on the sound.
Oh, there's sound. Sounds distorted. The sound doesn't sound normal. Or maybe they just don't have a good quality phone. It's in Brazil.
That's pretty wild. But look at that thing, though.
Yeah, no, it looks crazy.
And this is something that just came out not too long ago.
Yeah, I saw it 2 days ago, or maybe yesterday.
That's wild. I mean, if it's real,
It kind of also looks like the way that those pilots described them to look.
yeah, that is crazy. But I mean, if you were to bring this up, like maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they'd call you a loon. You know, they say, "Oh, you're
sure.
crazy. You're conspiracy theory." But now I think most people are open to the idea that there might be, you know, either aliens or super advanced technology that we don't know about. Maybe it's ours, maybe it's from another galaxy, or maybe it's from another planet or something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's not
do
that
I think-
far-fetched anymore.
do I think it's possible? Yeah. Do I think it's probable? I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. But if they came up, you know, with a statement saying, "Yeah, this is true. We got evidence," it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't really be surprised either.
Yeah.
It would be shocking though to see one,
Yeah.
an alien, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Would it freeze you? Would you freeze?
I wouldn't freeze. I would just be thinking, what's their intent? Why are they showing themselves now versus the past 60, 70 years they've been coming supposedly?
Maybe because we're not ready for it yet. They're waiting for us to mature.
I mean, I agree. Humans,
You know,
100 years. When was the Salem witch hunt trials?
I don't know. It was the
it was
1800s, I think.
It was. Was it before the United States became the United States?
I don't know.
I
Let's
think
look
it was
up.
before 1776. I think it was just when they had colonies, so it had to be before 1776. Well, anyways, just a couple hundred years ago, we were a species that was superstitious.
Uh-huh.
So something like this, I don't know what would happen to those people.
Salem witch trials. Salem witch trials.
1692 and 1693, it says right there.
Oh, yeah, there it is. So in the 1600s.
so
Shoot, I thought it was
end
the
of the
1800s.
Yeah,
See, fact check works.
it works.
So there it is.
I
Right
remembered it was before the Declaration of Independence.
There. Let me see if so I can show this on the screen. There it is.
There it is, right there,
1692.
200 people were accused. 30 people were found guilty.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so what is that? 300 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
And even after that, people were so superstitious in believing.
Well,
all
back
these
in
crazy
those
things.
back in those days, that's when people thought that the Earth was the center of the universe, that everything revolved around the Earth.
Yeah, there was a lot of different floating ideas, right?
And if you figured out that it wasn't, they would freaking burn you. You're a witch.
Yeah, even the scientific community had to be careful.
Yeah.
What they put out, because they would be,
They would be heretics.
Yeah, heretics.
The church and the priests were like the dominant ones, because back in the day there was no books, so the only scripture that was there was the ones that they had in the churches, and so everybody heard the scriptures, but it was an interpretation from the priest.
Yeah.
And priests are human. What are they going to do? They want to keep the power, so they tell you what they want you to hear, right?
And if you went against that,
Oh yeah, they
with
would say he's a
science,
heretic.
they would say, "Oh, this guy's a."
Yeah, because they're going to lose the power if people learn the truth, which is kind of crazy. We're kind of going through that right now with the internet, because there's a lot of information on the internet, and like the media and the newscasters and all that, they're losing credibility because they're getting fact checked right on the spot. They'll break a story, and then you go to like X or Facebook or any of the medias, and you see the actual footage, and you're like, "Oh, how come you didn't tell me this?" It's like,
Why do you think they do that?
well, they're trying to
Just push their narrative.
push the
That's it?
narrative, whatever. It's news, but they give you.
So they're all in cahoots.
They give you their spin on it. Yeah, Who owns most of the media? It's when 5 or 6 companies that
I'm not
that control them and own it. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things that's you have to question it,
And put our tinfoil hats on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, look.
Hey, nice. Oh, you brought your tinfoil hat. What the hell? Oh, wait. What do you want to talk about? That's crazy.
That's why I got my
you're
tinfoil
freaking
hat.
crazy, dude. You're amazing. That's awesome. I should have
brought
brought
it.
mine.
Oh, I
should've
got you.
You got one for me?
You got to spread it out. I got you, Theo.
All
Spread it
right.
out. Let's talk some nonsense now.
All right.
Not nonsense, but let's talk some conspiracy stuff.
All right.
Let's head straight to the most recent one.
Which one?
It was an inside job.
Uh-oh.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Oh, no.
They
You
were
want to
trying
talk
to-
Trump?
They were
If you wanna
trying
talk
to. What's your take on it? Was it the CIA?
But wait, let me
was
put
it-
on my hat first so I can make
Okay.
sure that I'm
Oh, get both of them.
giving you my conspiracy.
Yeah,
This is
just-
fine. This
okay.
is fine. Okay. Ready to go. You got your tinfoil hat on?
Yeah, I got it. I've had it on.
Actually, you know, the,
They
the tinfoil hat is going to be the next set that I do, but we can try it out right now.
All right.
So, yeah, there's a lot of people call it conspiracy, but there's a lot of evidence on that assassination attempt.
Yeah.
You know, when it first came out, people were saying that it was fake, that it was staged. That's a conspiracy theory. I think that got debunked pretty soon, though.
Yeah,
pretty
they were
quick.
saying that just because what person in their right mind would stand up and go like this
Yeah.
after, you know,
Yeah.
or right after possibly getting shot again by
Yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just probably instinct or not knowing that it's dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, when right after he got, you know, the shot of supposedly it was 8 shots, and then it went to 9 shots, and now there's 10 shots.
Is they just keep revising it?
No, they keep you can hear them.
Oh, okay, but they must be getting video from different people then.
Yeah, because the people are going online and putting their videos up
Yeah.
on that they're from when they were there at the
Yeah, I'm sure
the
there's
speech.
hundreds of videos.
Yeah, so they're popping up, and you can hear like a 10th shot. So there's 3 shots that are like pop, 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 and then there's 5 fast ones, pop, 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 right? And then there's another one that's boom. It's different, and then there's like a 10-second pause, and
A
then there's
10
another
second
one.
pause?
Yeah, and then there's another one. Boom. That sounds like the kill shot.
That killed the suspect?
Yeah, the one that killed the but we have our hats on, right?
Yeah.
The shooter.
The shooter.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I mean, the whole story is crazy because this guy was on that roof for a long time.
Yeah,
And
20
they
minutes.
never
20
got him.
minutes.
They never got him off the stage. Once they realized there was a man on the roof with the rifle style weapon,
Yeah,
they should have took him off the stage immediately.
but why didn't they?
That's what I'm saying. That's where the conspiracy theories comes into play because
Yeah. So
how are the cops? Because I know it was a regular police officer from whatever department that's in that area that saw him first.
right,
How are they not able to communicate with the CIA? Why not? Why aren't their channels open?
it just sounds a little fishy.
Or Secret
you know?
Service, my bad, not the CIA.
Yeah, it just sounds really fishy. And that's why, you know, there's conspiracies that fly out. And then also when they have all these hearings in front of Congress, in front of the House, in front of the, you know, the Senate, all the stuff that they don't answer the questions. And so that just, you know, puts flame on the conspiracies, you know.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can find assassination attempt.
Yeah, and even that the shooter, he was in a Black Rock video, promotional video.
He was a BlackRock, right?
Yeah, in a promotional video. Yeah, he was like a student in one of their videos that they put out.
And then they also come up with the story that he had no media footprint. You know, right away they say,
yeah.
"Oh, we can't find nothing on him."
We don't. They were saying he was like a Republican or something.
Well, he's I think he was
a
like
registered Republican. Or
Yeah, he
something.
registered Republican, and then but he also donated to Biden.
No, yeah, but then they found out later that he was against the Republicans a lot, like in
Oh,
social
yeah.
media accounts, right?
Yeah, but I
things he
don't know.
posted.
And then they're saying he's anti-Israel too. I don't know. It's all a bunch of BS that makes you want to wear your tin hat, you know, so you can kind of see it.
I'm protected against them and the aliens.
Yeah. So let's see. These 2 snipers, Hawkeye and SS, already targeted the shooter. I'm trying to find out so you can see
And then the
shots.
the Secret Service sniper, he said one thing, and then the director or the one in charge of the lady, she said another thing. He said, "Oh, he didn't get the green light to shoot him, and then she said, "Oh, he doesn't need a green light to shoot him."
Right.
I remember that little piece of it too.
Here's the video. Let's see if I can play with the sound.
That yacht's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
He flinched like he got shot at. You see the sniper?
You know, that's a little bit old, that yacht. That yacht's a couple of months old, and if you want to
The first shot, he flinches like if he was being shot at.
Yeah.
See that? And he pulls back, and then
And he regroups.
I'm guessing he regroups and shoots him because he did not shoot at that moment.
No. That one doesn't show. It just shows the three. There's 3 initial shots.
Oh, Halo.
It's funny. Let me see if this one shows it.
I won a tournament of the Halo video game at Blockbuster when there used to be Blockbusters.
Oh, what did I do? Okay, let's see.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that yacht. That yacht's a couple of months old, and if you want to really
Seems like the
see
same
something
video.
that's said,
Yeah.
take a look at what happened.
Oh, it stopped.
You know,
It cut it
that's
off
a
again.
little bit old, that yacht. That yacht's a couple of months old, and
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
The crazy part to me, this is another side of it, is people think that, Donald Trump and his team like staged the whole thing, but they would have had to have killed an innocent person and wounded others to stage it.
Yeah, that if that was the truth, I mean, that would be terrible.
That would be insane because it would be so hard to make a bullet go past somebody that close.
Yeah.
I don't care how good of a sniper you are.
And then you're actually killing somebody.
Yeah, that's insane. But I mean, people all have their different views on it.
Yeah. So what do you think? So it's either very incompetent, which is what they're trying to show us that it is, or it's an inside job. What do you think it is?
Yeah, I agree with the first thing you said. I think it's just incompetence of the Secret Service.
Yeah, here's another video. Let's check this one out.
Holden,
Here it goes.
if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
There's the 3 shots.
I mean, his reaction looks genuine. His reaction is clenching at his ear. It looks genuine. It doesn't look fake at all.
Yeah.
It looks like he jerked his hand and it just looks real.
Yeah. Listen to the shot. See if you can hear the 10th shot. Watch.
If you
Okay.
want to really see
We'll
something
count 'em.
that's said, take a look at what happened.
I can't tell if that was a shot. It's just too fast. You'd have
Yeah.
to slow it down.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think it was staged from any side, or it was like the Secret Service trying to kill him.
Yeah.
I think it was just what they believe, it's just a lone shooter.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
You hear that last one?
Yeah, I heard that last one. Maybe it was just to confirm he was dead. Maybe the sniper shot him twice.
Maybe.
Maybe he saw a little bit of movement and wanted to make sure.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a crazy one. It's like I think if they were more transparent and gave us all the information that from the investigation, I know it's kind of hard, but there's just a lot of inconsistencies that make you want to wear your tinfoil hat on and start making, these accusations of conspiracies and inside jobs and a plot to assassination. I just can't. Okay. First of all, he's 150 yards away. Okay.
Which is not that far for a sniper.
No, I mean that's what we shoot at when we go to the range.
Yeah.
There's targets that we shoot in the paper targets where we try to line our shots. That's about 100 yards. So
Yeah.
it's like one and a half time that distance, which is not long.
Yeah, I saw a video of a trained sniper. He was shooting at, I believe, 750 yards or 700, and he was shooting rapid fire, and he was hitting a shot every time.
Yeah, the snipers can hit a quarter, at 1,000 yards.
Especially you have a rangefinder.
Yeah, which is what that kid
What he
had.
had, yeah.
He had one of those rangefinders. So that's one thing, and it's how do you not secure that building? Because I mean, it's right there. It's obvious that that's a point that needs to get covered. And how did they not do that?
It's because it was slow. You could slip, break your back, and then they got to give you workman's comp. It's just a whole complicated process that they didn't want to go through. They don't want to put anybody at risk.
Okay, I want you to use your hands and tell me how many roofs that you know of that are not sloped. How many? Because even a flat roof, that there's flat roofs, right?
Yes, I've been on a flat roof on an apartment building, because I used to work at the city of Port Hueneme with a maintenance crew, and we had to go maintenance the fans on top of the on top of the buildings, and they were pretty flat.
They're flat, but there's actually a slope because there's a way to get out, the water to get out, so it has to have a slope. Maybe it's a 3-inch slope and 20 feet.
Yeah,
but it's still sloped.
Yeah.
And if you look at that, that roof, it wasn't that sloped.
No, I mean, I saw a video of a 60-old man hosing down the blood in the crime scene, and he was standing watering it.
That's another thing. How come they pressure washed it right away? Why don't they leave it like that so they can go back and look at the other evidence? Why do they have to pressure wash it? What, to destroy some of the evidence that they had?
I mean, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
A lot of things show that they were very incompetent, or they knew somebody was going to go out there and try it, and they just let it happen.
Yeah.
I think those are the only two possibilities.
Yeah. And so I don't know if we're ever going to find out. I mean, it's been how long since the Kennedy assassination that happened that we still don't know who did it and how it happened. Because, I mean, the story the official story for Kennedy, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean,
so
what was it, the guy's name? Lee Harvey Oswald?
Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah.
And actually that time, that assassination, that's when the FBI put into effect the conspiracy theory.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they threw that word out, and then so they started calling all this a conspiracy theory, and it was a derogatory term.
Yeah.
To stop the conversation about it.
It was like somebody talking about a UFO.
Yeah,
it was the same.
It's
thing.
like, oh, you're doing your conspiracies
crazy.
are crazy, so stop talking about it because you're a loon.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. So that's a
yeah. They put a negative connotation to it.
Yeah, to stop the conversation. But I don't know. I mean,
the media has lied so much.
Well, yeah, of course.
Ever since COVID, I really noticed how much they lied.
Yeah.
They were saying all these things about the shots, like, oh, if you get the shot, you won't get it. Then they said, okay, never mind, you can still get it, but you won't pass it on. They said, oh, never mind, you will stay at a hospital. And it's like, you're saying all these things as if they're facts.
Yeah, and they're not.
And none of them are facts.
And they just keep moving the goalposts.
Yes, they keep moving it.
And so you there comes a point where you listen to the news, but you listen to it with a filter saying, okay, what are they trying to tell me? Are they trying to push a narrative, or are they actually telling me the news?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty about having all the information at your fingertips, where if you really want to go down a rabbit hole and find out most of the truth, there's different places you can look for it.
You can convince yourself of anything if
Absolutely.
you go down the right rabbit hole.
That's right, especially if you're wearing a tinfoil hat. I like the way yours looks, man.
It's because I had it under my beanie the whole time.
That is funny.
So I was able to flatten it out.
That is so funny. So what did we conclude about the assassination? It's ongoing?
Yeah, I can't conclude anything about it. It's just those two options that I said, I think.
Well, what are the percentages?
High percentage incompetence.
60, 40?
70%.
70, 30?
70% incompetence, 30%. They
Inside
knew
job.
something was going to happen and they just let it happen.
Inside job. Well, that's an inside job.
Yeah, inside
I
job.
mean, because if you make the situation where, okay, we want it to happen, just let the kid get up there. Yeah, we can see him, but this is the chance we have to get rid of Trump.
We'll let him get a couple shots off and then we'll take him out.
9 shots. Holy shit, dude, 9 shots. That is wild.
I mean, and supposedly they were supposed to have a a post behind that.
Did
building,
you see
above
that?
It.
Did you see how they had the post, and then you could see right out the window? You can see the
Yeah,
roof
you
right
could
there.
see the roof right below you.
Yeah, there's a video that surfaced out today. I don't know if I can see it or not, but
I don't understand how there wasn't somebody in that building.
yeah, they show a video of I don't know if I can find it, but let me see. Trump.
Maybe everybody was just too busy on their phones on social media.
Maybe. But there's a new video circulating around the. Oh, here it is. I found it. There it goes. It came out.
What does it show?
I'll show you right now. So check it out. He's doing the speech,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see the.
The shooter?
Yeah, there's a shooter. If you look at the red circle,
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him pass by that little billboard. The
There
white
it
thing
is.
or whatever it is.
There it is.
Yeah,
You see
I can
it?
him. Yeah, I can see him.
so there he is, and he's doing the speech. I mean, if that sorry ass camera was able to see it and pinpoint it out, imagine the snipers that are up on the roof that are looking, or the police. Don't you think they would have noticed them?
Of course. I mean, how do you not notice that one person running on a roof?
Yeah,
On a white roof?
yeah, and it's like a clear. Look at there he is again. He popped up again. See him?
Yeah. He was
There he
probably
is.
trying to get a good angle because there was like something in the way, it seemed like.
Let me see if we can get it again.
I can't tell if you see that white billboard looking thing? Is that in between the building?
But this
and-
thing right here,
Yeah, in between the building and Trump. It kind of looks like it might be.
and I think it's if you follow
Oh,
this
no,
roof
he-
line,
he-
it's the side of this building.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what it
'cause
seems
I
like
could
to
still
me.
see him when he went across. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So there's the video
Or
again.
maybe those pillar things were in his way.
Maybe.
Those
Yeah.
grayish pillar things.
But there he is walking, nonchalant.
He looks like he's running.
Yeah.
He's running on a slope.
He didn't fall. He was okay.
Yeah, I know. It's just really crazy the way that somebody could be that close
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
and be on a roof and be alert and be seen by police, local police, and 20 minutes go by and then he gets shots off.
Yeah, and then when they had that the director Cheadle,
Oh,
they asked her, "Do you know how many shells the FBI found?" She says, "Yes." Well, how many did they find? I can't tell you. So she knew how many shells, but she couldn't tell. And then the next day when they had the FBI, they go, "Yeah, we found seven shots." Seven shells.
Didn't she go into that meeting or whatever it is saying, "I'm gonna let you guys know everything I know.
Yeah, that's what they're
I'm
supposed
gonna
to
answer
do.
your
But
questions."
it's become a clown show with those hearings because if they just hide information, they just say, "Well, it's an ongoing investigation. I can't talk about it. It's an ongoing investigation."
It's like
They don't give you nothing.
nobody's.
But no, they don't hold them accountable.
Yeah,
They need to hold them accountable. You know, luckily when that Cheadle lady went, it was a bipartisan thing with Democrats and Republicans, and they actually forced her to resign because she didn't want to resign at first.
Oh, they did?
No, yeah, they
I thought she just did it by herself.
well, yeah. After she got grilled in the hearing from both sides, she didn't have the confidence of the Republicans, and she didn't have the confidence of the Democrats. Which is, I can see why. They're supposed to protect both, all the politicians. So
Yeah, especially an ex-president.
yeah,
They're supposed to have Secret Service for the rest of their lives, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All the presidents have a Secret Service protection for the remainder of their lives. Yeah. So you want to take the tinfoil hats on, or you want to keep talking about this? I think we've solved it. Our conclusion is that we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That is funny. I'll put it right here.
I'll put mine too. There we go. All the props.
That's right. Okay, so cheers, senor.
Oh,
How
cheers
you doing?
again.
Your drink's good?
I'm good.
Right on.
This is some nice whiskey you got.
You like it?
Yeah, it tastes good.
It's Buffalo Trace, and you put a little Coca-Cola in it, right?
Yeah, I was trying to recreate Jack and Coke, but
There you go.
this is just as good.
It's pretty good. Whiskey and Coke.
Goes down
Always
smooth.
good. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about artificial intelligence.
Mm.
And then since we don't have our tinfoil hat on, we got to be a little bit more
Realistic?
realistic and not go into the deep end. And if you want to go to the deep end, we'll put our hats back on.
All right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think? Where do you think it's where we are now and where it's going? What do you think? You think it's always going to stay a tool, or you think it's eventually going to create a conscience and start making decisions for us? What do you think?
I think I'm going to have to stand by what I said last time.
Which is what?
It's never going to get to that singularity point where it grows a conscience.
So you think it's always going to stay a tool?
Yeah.
A really powerful tool.
Yeah, definitely very powerful.
But a tool.
Yeah, a tool. I don't think it's ever going to be able to break out of its parameters and be like basically like a human being where it's creating things, making its own choices, self-awareness, all that.
Well, if it stays a tool, it'll probably make all those choices.
Yeah.
And it'll make those decisions. But a human can always intervene and change its course, right? Yeah. That's a tool. A tool you can control.
Yeah.
You have a laser beam that can burn a house, but you still need a human to turn it on and turn it off, and a human can disable it or enable it, right? It's still a very powerful tool where it'll burn a house, but a human still controls it. So the AI, if it stays a tool, that means the humans can still, turn it off or re-guide it or retool it and make it better.
We're always in control.
Yes, if it gets consciousness, then we can't control it no more. It's going to control itself, and there's nothing we can do about it. So you don't think it'll ever reach that point?
I really don't. I mean, I know a lot of the top scientists and maybe not scientists, but the people in that field. Actually, I'm not sure what they think, but I've heard some of the people in that field say that eventually that's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's like an inevitability. But
so they're saying that it is going to grow a conscience.
Yeah.
So what would be something that you think they should do to prevent it from just eliminating all humans?
I mean, I think if it does grow a conscience, it's just going to be like humans in a sense. There's going to be good ones and bad ones, and hopefully the good ones, the good ones, way outnumber.
Hopefully, it's not a very nice word for you to use on AI.
Well, look at they're a higher thinking. They're going to be if they pass us up, they're going to be a way higher thinking level than us. So they're going to be. I feel like they're going to want to preserve us. Like at first we didn't care about animals really, right? We made a lot of animals go extinct, and we still are. But the more we became aware of how the world works and how everything works, we're like, wait, we need these animals. We need the bees. We need all these creatures to make this ecosystem continue working.
What if the AI says, yeah, I need to keep all these bees and all these goats and all these cows alive, but the humans are kind of sucking at this thing called life, and we got to eliminate them?
Well, in order to be like a person, you have to have feelings. So you would think they would have like sympathy and like feel bad for us.
No, I don't think I don't think an AI is going to have feelings. It's going to be logic. Remember the character Spock?
Yeah,
he didn't have no feelings.
Yeah, he didn't.
So he was all about logic. This plus this equals that, and that's the way it is. And we should do this because this makes sense with this. It's all logic, no feelings. So
I think if anything, it does get to that point, I think it's going to be a blend of human and robots, and then eventually just robots. But I feel like humans are going to evolve into robots.
You think so? So we're going to become cyborgs?
Yeah, kind of. So then we'll still be able to.
So you're a big believer in the in that chip that Elon Musk is making, Neuralink?
Yeah, I mean
that'll make us cyborgs.
Yeah, they already are cyborgs. That guy's a cyborg.
Well, yeah, they actually have another guy that they put an implant in.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they just talked about it. I don't know how long ago. But what is it called?
Neuralink.
Neuralink. Let's see if it comes up.
I think it's called Neuralink.
Yeah. No, this is like a thing. But yeah, I heard somewhere that they already have a second person that's on it.
They implanted one in his brain?
Yeah.
Or on his brain?
Another paraplegic.
Oh, okay.
There it is. This should have it here. Oh, look at Lex Friedman.
8.5 hour conversation
Damn.
with Elon Musk and Neuralink.
That is crazy.
I mean, you would need
And look at
a long conversation to be able to talk
14
about
million people already saw it. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
X is like,
That is wild. That is really wild. But there's the guy. See him?
yeah, I've seen clips of him.
Let's see what he has to say.
He
on
loves
this.
it. He always seems enthusiastic about it.
Let's see.
Never guessed would be difficult. Became very difficult.
It's
So that's how-
biggest dream right now.
So he was playing chess with a stick?
I hope
Uh-huh.
that
That was
this
before he
study
got it,
not
I'm
only
guessing.
helps him to do that, but it also helps technology to advance in quadriplegics.
Look at that.
I'm really excited to be a part of this Neuralink project. I want to help out people down the road as much as I
I
can.
mean, that's where it starts.
I feel like if we can do that, then the way that a robot will be conscious is if we just transfer our conscience into a mechanical body, to a computer, basically.
That means that the computer would have to read the information and put it into its own
Yeah, it would
language,
have
so
to. It would have to transfer it into its own language.
And
And
then
we
also-
already do that with a lot of things with the internet.
yeah, but the computer doesn't know that it's spelling out ghost or cow. It just knows that it needs to light up those LEDs to show the word cow
Yeah.
or show a picture of a cow.
Well, that's why you insert everything.
The consciousness?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Well, isn't the cerebral cortex responsible for the consciousness?
I don't know.
No.
There hasn't been a definite. There's a lot of theories.
That's what they think.
of
Yeah.
what consciousness is, but I mean, we know so little about our existence here in our brain and the way things work. I mean, look at quantum physics. That could be explained maybe with consciousness, because how do we get a computer? One man, one woman cannot make a computer. It takes like a whole bunch of consciousness to make it.
Yeah.
Right. Because without, and so how does that work? It's like ants. How do ants know how to build the ant hill, or the chambers? It's just
built
like a
in them.
consciousness.
Yeah.
And so maybe we have a little bit of what the ants have, but at a bigger scale, where we can design a guitar, we can design a bass, a computer, a screen, headphones, microphone.
I mean, we're light years ahead of ants.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, it's still that's all explained with consciousness, though, because
Yeah.
without the collaboration of all those minds getting together, this doesn't exist.
Do you think ants have consciousness?
I don't know if it's consciousness or if it's just something that how do they know to build it? And how do they know there needs to be guard ants? How do they know there needs to be like the breeder ants? How do they know that they need to build a chamber this big where it ferments the leaves in the right way to make nutrition for them to eat?
Well, let's go a step
They
further.
don't go to school.
Let's go a step further. What about plants? How do they know to create like the little sunflowers? How do they know to create a flower that has the little seeds and they fly away and they get blown off at a certain point?
Well, that's the thing that
I think it's just built in them.
yeah, and then you know how we want to build a
It's the
quantum,
DNA, I guess.
You know how we want to build a quantum computer? That's how plants reproduce and make. They use in quantum physics to make the seeds and to make it
Yeah.
grow. And they're doing it without using superconductors. They're doing it at room temperature with whatever they have. Humans, how do we evolve from a sperm and an egg? How does the cell know how to divide to a different cell up until one point where the little human is formed in the embryo, and then it just starts growing, and so the brain cells, they're already all there. The heart cells stop becoming another kind of cell, and they become heart cells. It's crazy, and that's all. Who designed that?
That's another question.
That's another question, right? We might have to put the tinfoil hat on again, but it's all.
I mean, it's either evolution or something created us.
It's all theories. It's
Yeah, it's
you
all
either
theory.
believe in the theory of evolution or you believe in the theory of creation. And creation could be a god. Some people believe it's a god. Some people believe in Allah. Some people believe in Jesus Christ. But it could be a super intelligent being or group of beings that evolved way before we did and kind of manipulated our DNA, to get these chimps and make them grow brains so that they can do what we need them to do.
I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing anything out the window.
No, because there's nothing that says this is exactly what happened. We don't know. It's all theories.
Yeah.
String theory, they call it a theory. Evolution, that's a theory. Creation, that's a theory also. So we really don't know yet. And we probably know less than 3% of what we need to know.
What are you the best versed at in all those theories?
I think we were created
Okay.
by a higher intelligence.
So ancient beings, basically?
A higher intelligence. It could be
anything?
it could be what we call a god. Mm-hmm. Because to me, a god is somebody that can create life. That's a god.
And do you think they live in our dimension?
No.
So you think there's other dimensions?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's
I'm gonna
probably
have to disagree with you on that one.
we're probably our god is probably in the 4th dimension or 5th dimension.
That's where heaven's at?
Whatever
Hell.
you call heaven, the other world. And so we're here in the 3rd dimension. How many animals live in the 2nd dimension?
0.
Really?
Yes. Nothing lives in any dimension besides the 3rd dimension.
How do you know that?
Because we have been unable to even access the lower dimensions.
Would a being from a 2-dimensional world see us?
I saw a video
Yeah, because they're only
where
thinking
it
in
showed like a 2-dimensional plane.
Yes.
And right, they move just
Yeah.
in 2 directions, right?
X, Y.
X and Y.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, if you're a 3D being, I guess, if I put just say I entered their world and put my finger through it, they would only see a slice
Yeah,
of my body at a point.
right.
And then the next slice. And then,
So they wouldn't see
so
you.
they wouldn't really know what was going on.
They wouldn't grasp it.
No, but we should be able to see the second dimension.
Yeah, because it's on a flat plane.
Yes,
So,
but there's no such thing.
but
There's no, where?
Okay.
Show me the second dimension.
it's right there on the top of the table. It's the
Everything,
top layer.
everything is in 3rd dimension.
How do you keep slicing it so thin that it becomes a 2-dimensional thing?
You slice an atom that you think that's
Thrown atom,
then,
a sliced
I
atom
think
is
that's
still
like a hydrogen bomb at that point.
okay. That's beyond my pay rate. I don't know how to
I don't
explain
think you
that
can
one.
really slice it.
Okay,
You slice
so
an atom.
following that theory that if a being in the 2nd dimension would see your finger, but only the slice
Only
of it,
the-
because
yes.
yeah. So what makes you think that somebody that's living in the 4th dimension would look at us differently and be able to manipulate it?
Well, the 4th dimension is insane.
Why?
Have you heard of how they describe the 4th dimension?
No,
Oh,
tell
so
me.
a cube is a 3rd dimensional object, right?
Right.
The 4th dimension, I think they call it a tesseract. Look it up. And it's a cube within a cube within a cube. Like, it's just a crazy thing. Everything within itself. I don't think that's possible.
4th dimension. Let's see what comes up. This should explain it.
It's only 2 minutes. Not bad.
Yeah. We'll wait till this thing. Here we go.
We hear it all the time, that our world is 3-dimensional. It makes sense after all. We can only define
Sounds
up
like
to
a kid.
3 directions, each at a right angle to each other, that don't interact with each other. No matter how far left or right you go, you won't move up at all. But the moment we try to add another dimension into the mix, it all breaks down. No matter how hard you try, in our 3-dimensional universe, you can't lay out 4 or more directions that won't interact. Now I know what some people are thinking. Can we consider time a dimension? In simple terms, it does make sense. We can measure time and tell one point in time from another in a linear sense. 4 hours later is always 4 hours later.
Oh, this
just
is
like
6
how 4
minutes
feet
long.
to the left is always...
What was that?
It's 6 minutes long.
I know it's not explaining it very
No.
fast. Oh, here's the 4th dimension. Let's go to that point right there. Here it goes.
Try to picture what it would be like to live on the surface of a sheet of paper.
That's kind of
You
like
can no
what I
longer
said.
That's the
jump
second
up or
dimension,
down
Yeah,
right?
that's what I said, yeah.
because up and down don't exist.
Right there, 4D space.
Remember how if you were to put a circle in a 2D box, you could still see it looking down from above in 3D?
Yes.
Well, now in 4D, you can see every side of the 3D box when looking down on it, including seeing the ball inside.
See,
Are
so you can
freaked
see.
out
You
yet?
can see through
After
stuff.
you get
Yeah.
over the bit of wonder you
Oh my
experience
God.
being able to see
You can go
inside
through
of the
walls.
box,
Exactly.
You might also notice that another 40 boxes.
So I guess you could be right if you have a soul, then you could go through walls.
Yeah.
You'd be in the fourth
Or
dimension.
you can be here and then go to Italy and
Yeah.
be there right away.
I just don't believe it.
Well, what do you believe?
I don't believe it because we can't even access the second dimension because there's no such thing. You
So you-
can't access the second dimension.
So you only believe what you can see?
Oh, I believe personally, I believe what is fact. Everything else is up for debate.
You don't believe anything then, because everything's always changing. Even
No,
science always
everything
changes.
there's a lot of things that are fact.
Like what? Tell me a fact.
Um,
Yeah, I'll tell you a fact. I need a beer.
Go for it. Pause.
No, pause.
Okay, I'll tell you a fact.
Tell me a fact.
It's a fact that trees need sunlight to flourish. It's a fact that bees make honey.
Cheers, senor.
Oh, cheers. Those are facts. Now, if you want to mess around with the wordplay and the word salad, then that's just a way of. That's just a bad way of looking at things. We can't mess around with the way we communicate because that's just every language is different. Everything is different. So you can't say, "Oh, what is honey?" You know,
What is honey? Just playing.
like it's just what we call it. You know, we could call it whatever we want, but it still is what it is. It's
Okay, so
there.
you're
It's-
saying bees make honey. Does that mean only bees can make honey?
I haven't seen anything else make honey, but we might be able to do it in the lab. But it's a fact that bees make honey.
True.
Okay, I'll give you a fact.
Okay.
Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards. Fact check me.
So I'm gonna say
Just put
which birds can fly
backwards.
It says hummingbirds can. It says chickens too. I'm just playing.
I was like, where do you see that? So
There it is. This is only bird that can fly forward, backward, and upside down.
so there you go. So that's a fact, right? And there's plenty
No.
of facts.
What about should we put our tinfoil hat back on or no?
Yeah, we could put it on, but we don't have to physically put it on. But we can
Okay, well let's put it on. I'll just put it on like that. Okay. What if there's another world that's similar to Earth that has 4 or 5 different types of birds that can do that? Your statement would be incorrect.
Okay, let me restate my statement.
So you should rephrase it by saying, as we know now,
no, I'm gonna say, on Earth,
on Earth.
the only birds that are known to science to fly backwards are hummingbirds.
I agree with that. But you have a lot of outs there that are
Okay,
known to
on
science
Earth, the only birds on Earth that can fly backwards are the hummingbirds.
that we've discovered.
Okay, there's not a lot of.
I want to make a word salad because we're wearing our tinfoil hat on.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Okay, what if
That we discovered, yeah.
what is a bird?
A bird is a mammal. Wait, is it a mammal?
No, it's a bird.
It's a bird. My bad. A bird is a bird. It. I'm pretty sure they all lay eggs,
Yes,
and they're capable of flight.
they have
They
hollow
have bones that are really light and hollow.
yeah. They have feathers.
They have feathers.
Some of them fly, some of them don't,
Some fly, some
and some
don't.
of them are screwed because they almost can fly. So they're constantly trying.
Like the
but they
chicken.
can't. They're like, oh my god, I can almost fly, but they never make it.
You know what?
That's gotta suck, don't
The
you think? That
road
sucks?
runners.
Don't you
I don't think they can fly.
No, they can't. But don't you think that would suck
Oh,
if you
of
could
course.
almost fly?
That's like my dreams.
I know,
You have
right?
those
But
dreams
it's
where
like-
you're trying to fly.
you're
You're
like,
like, oh, I'm going. And then you finally take off and go all the way to New York.
But you're looking outside. You see the other birds that are flying, and you say, "I have feathers. I have hollow
I have
bones.
wings.
I have wings." And
What's
so you
going on?
almost fly, and then you can't. That sucks.
Oh my God.
That would
They're
be
the
terrible.
handicap birds.
Right? That would be terrible.
Damn. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. Anyway, Ruben, I think this conversation was good. I enjoyed
For
it.
sure.
So we'll give it a try, see if this works out
Uh-huh.
with a fact check and everything, and we'll try to be a little bit more organized and have some pages ready to go. Maybe change the lighting a little bit or the
Yeah.
camera angles, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun. It was
Right
great.
on, man. Well, thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming over.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers.